Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Potato. We are looking at Potatograd at the moment, in all of its glory. I say in all of its glory. I have this feeling, this strange feeling, that Potatograd could just be so much more. At the moment, we're not exactly turning a super large number of crops into food. Which is a bit of a shame. There's a couple of problems with this production process. The biggest problem is that we really do not have anywhere near enough workers working at this food factory. And so that's just having a knock-on effect of we're just not making enough food. In addition to that, we're probably not moving enough food over to the boat zone, which is, yep, right over here. Yeah, we're probably just not moving enough stuff to the boat zone. And this is having a knock-on effect. Let's wait until loaded on there. This is having a knock-on effect where we're just not getting enough boats through the harbor at a regular pace, which means that we're just constantly leaving with less than a full load, which is a bit of a shame. Let's take a little look at the finances right now. The dollars are specifically looking a little bit dicey. We've got a lot of fuel imports, of course, being turned into steel. We haven't had a steel train deliver resources for a while, which is probably why my finances are so poor. Importing a little bit of fuel, importing a little bit of steel. That's strange. Where am I importing steel? Am I importing steel? No, I'm not importing steel over here. I thought I was done importing steel. In fact, I'm certain that I turned steel import off. Yeah, I definitely turned it off over there. It must be around in one of the little refill stations that I've created, which is why I kind of thought this refill station in the first instance, but that's not the case. Where else am I sending steel? Or where else do I need steel? It's not in Disneylandovsk, is it? Could be Krudenovsky, maybe? It's not over here. We don't have a storage facility over here. Oh, I tell you where I'm importing steel. Of course, I'm importing steel at the border. At the border. I'm doing my economic arbitrage. There we go. My geographic arbitrage. That's what's costing us a little bit of cash in terms of steel, which of course is grand when we have plenty of cash, but when we don't have plenty of cash, well, we're in a little bit of a pickle. I haven't fixed the dam up yet, not the dam up, the canal. I haven't done the big old canal. I might install a modded bulldozer. Thank you very much to everyone who suggested the nuclear bulldozer in the comments. I might look into that one. Alternatively, I do already have a mod installed, the Bat M, which bulldozes at level 57 as opposed to level 27 on the Stalinek, which is what we've currently got. So I might buy a couple of better bulldozers, but you know, we'll do that when we got a little bit more cash. And cash is a little tight at the moment. I could take out a loan, but I don't really want to. I have gone ahead in time a little bit, and as you can see, we're starting to build out some of the most important infrastructure. The warehouse is looking very close to completion, and dare I suggest that at some point over the course of this episode, we're going to start fully on the airplane production line, I should say. Station is also almost done. I mean, look, as long as we're able to supply workers to this area, then it's eventually going to get done. It's basically going to cost us nothing over the course of time, which is great because we've got all of these resources produced locally, which is, you know, happy days. We've got all of the construction equipment. Everything is good. Everything is good, and we don't need to worry about that at all. There might be something with regards to the airline production line. I might need to get some sort of aircraft storage linked up, but we'll worry about that a little bit later. I can always sort of bulldoze stuff around here if needs be and sort of rework the roads and the factory connections, but if I don't need to do that, then that's a bonus. If I do, then I do. The large coal power plant is coming along. The real issues, to be honest, are concrete delivery. It's taking a significant time to get the concrete delivery done, and that is, I believe, the same over in Iron Excavia, where we are waiting for this iron ore processing plant to be built, but we are waiting for 170 tons of concrete, and here we are. One truck is delivering that concrete right now, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's gonna take a while. That's gonna take a while. We're also waiting for a little bit of steel, but I'm not really too concerned about the fact that we don't have enough steel. It's the concrete. I mean, steel can be delivered in 50-ton loads. Concrete can only be delivered in 12-ton loads. It might actually be worth me checking out a more high capacity. You're gonna have to turn around, amigo. A more high capacity concrete mixer, because it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow, especially when transporting resources literally across from one side of the map to the next. But that's fine. Okay. Anyway, let's let the steel train do its thing. Let's let it unload. It's very important that we start getting some dollars back in the bank. I am super keen to stop relying on just tourists for our income. There we go. I also between episodes, I took out a little couple of $10,000 loans. I thought that was going to keep me afloat. It didn't. It was just a waste of time. But you know, we only have to pay back like an extra, what is it, like $5, something like that. Either way, it's not a huge rate of interest that we have to worry about. Again, you know, dollars are fine. We're fine for dollars at the moment, so it's just a case of expanding our dollar exports, expanding our ruble exports, and we'll pretty much get there. Getting this specific building done would be remarkable. I would really like to get this second iron ore processing plant done. The sooner the better, really. I almost wonder, is it worth me equipping a couple of, the facilities over here. Although the facilities over here are also working on concrete transport. I feel like I need a crack team. A crack team of concrete pourers. We've got a couple of trucks that are just chilling, waiting here. Let's assign this to there. There's a fire. Let me check. It's a heat pumping station. We should be able to extinguish that one. Yeah, although I don't actually think that it leads anywhere important. It's literally worthless, actually. It leads nowhere. It leads nowhere. It's not important even slightly. Okay, back to business. Right, so these concrete trucks, hopefully they're all going to be dispatched. That's what, 8 additional concrete trucks. I honestly feel like we could do with another. We could do with another facility that is bespokely in charge of doing delivery of concrete. I'm also gonna add on this other facility here, this other huge construction office. The reason being is that I figured that we should probably see if we can try and deliver steel over here. Also looks like steel's an issue, but again, you know, long term it's not gonna be. Long term it's not gonna be. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. As you can see, we're not really using as much production percentage as we can be. We just need more. We just need more iron. Thankfully, we got plenty of coal, even though we've got no dollars with which to buy our coal. We still have plenty of coal, which is wonderful. And the dollars look a little bit more consistent at the moment. The rubles, I would probably suggest they're a little bit more problematic, but that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, sorting out potato red. How do I want to sort out potato red? I tell you what, this is a good opportunity. This is a good opportunity here. The reason that this is a good opportunity here is that we have two huge construction offices actually that I've already pre-planned, because I did kind of say I really want to get potato red built out, but I want to do it under my own power if it's all possible. So here's the dealio. Here's the dealio. It's time. It's time. What's the rate of interest that you're offering me, video game? Oh my goodness gracious me. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Give me a 100,000 ruble loan for 0.5 years. See if that brings our rate of interest down, and see if it brings the amount overdue down a little bit. Also, we need to check debts just to make sure that everything is fine. No. Debts are not fine. I bet you it's in Krudenovsky. Oh my goodness. It's always something. Okay, show me heat. Interior heat. Fine. Krudenovsky? Actually fine. Alright. Okay. Okay, it's not in Krudenovsky. It's in another place? Buildings without a power supply? What? I know what the problem is here. I know what the problem is here. We have a dedicated walk route. But we don't have a dedicated walk route to the heating plant. Which means that the people that used to live in these houses are no longer being supported and therefore have moved out. Because we're no longer powering, you know, or we're no longer running stuff like the small shopping center. Which has a knock-on effect of cutting power to the entire, that's right, I stress, the entire country, bar, of course, I don't know, a little generation from the hydropower plants, both of which are working at full tilt, unsurprisingly here. Okay, so what is the upshot of this? The upshot of this is bad, actually, but it's not as bad as it necessarily could be, because at the end of the day, I'm looking to take out a ruble loan anyway. Give me another 2 loans of 0.5 years for 100,000 rubles. Let's let this amount overdue get repaid, or at least decrease a little bit. So hopefully the video game offers me a slightly better rate of interest. 0.7%. There we go. Okay, so it's knocked off another couple of percentage points there. Continue to take out very, very short-term, low-value, high-interest rate loans. I know that people are dying literally each and every day that I prevaricate and procrastinate. People are dying in these houses here, but there is very little that I can actually do. I tell you what I could do. I could. Can I? No. Oh yeah, I can't because I have no money. I forgot about that for just a microsecond. Okay, 3 additional loans. 3 additional loans of about 300,000 rubles. We've actually diminished our ruble loans quite substantially. We're now down to a much lower amount. Let's say you want to work over there. Let's power this short term with expendable bodies. Okay, so maybe we can save like a mere few of the people that are continuously dying at the Kolovskaysky flats, or maybe not. Building is also without power supply. Right, I mean, this is just bad. Okay, we've taken ourselves out of overdue territory, which means that I get access to a very, very attractive rate of interest, which is 6.3. Actually, a lower rate of interest than many of the high-value loans that I didn't indeed take out at the peak of my woes. Next thing that we want to do is we want to invite as many immigrants as we possibly can. There we go, up to 314 in each and every block here. The bus services are there, right? The bus services are already in place. It's just a case of getting people to the bus stop. There we go. Building temperature is too low. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now we just need to sort of sustain ourselves whilst we are waiting for the buses to get to the place that we need to get them to. And after that, we need to use our 2 million rubles for the right reasons, as opposed to the wrong reasons. But in actuality, we're going to buy a whole bunch of heavy machinery, and we're going to allow Potatograd to hopefully build its own buildings under its own steam. No vehicles in that bus. Vehicles and passengers in the next bus? Yes, indeed. That's excellent. Okay, that's looking good. How many people ended up dying? Probably a couple. We had a couple of people that were pretty cold. That were just chilling. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Now let's see the temperatures, interior temperatures. They're going to perk right up, I suspect, as this pressure increases. Temperature of building is too low. That's fine. We're going to get there. Don't you worry. There we go. Full tilt. Temperature is increasing. It's no longer negative. We are now officially positive. That's excellent. We do, of course, need to continue to heat the center of town, because the center of town has got very important buildings like the hospital. The hospital is pretty important, all things considered, given that we have probably got a lot of frostbite issues to deal with. But that's the town basically sorted. Okay, if we see any further deaths, over the course of December, I would be very surprised. Everything else seems to be pretty robust, pretty sorted actually. And now we've got a pretty good setup in Kolovskaysky, which I'm pretty happy about. As long as we're able to maintain this, then that should be just fine. Okay, next thing that I want to do, in fact, 2 things that I would like to do. First of all, Why on earth are you not going to fill up with... Why on earth are you not going to fill up with concrete? Like, these concrete trucks, they should be happy to fill up with concrete to assist in the construction of the iron ore processing area. But apparently that's not the case. Okay, what we're gonna do, Krudinovsky, by the way, it's still here. It's still here, but not for much longer. I suspect it's gonna completely wither away at some point. Right. Here's what we need to do. It's twofold. First and foremost, let's get a open storage medium down. Again, it's a little bit difficult to see what the heck I'm actually doing during the winter. Let's fund that with rubles. There we go. Wonderful. Next thing that we're after is we are after a whole bunch of buses and construction equipment. 1, 2, 3, 4 buses. That seems reasonable. I'm not really anticipating doing much construction out with the town of Petrograd. Most of the stuff that is going to be built will be in the city center. I'm thinking immediately I need to get some houses. Speed level 65. Yep, and then let's get some... What am I after? 2 of those. 2 of those. Covered hull. 2 of those. Dumpers I'll get in the other depot. And open hull I will get... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Concrete mixers. Yeah, okay, so concrete mixers and dumpers over here. Right, what's the best dumper? It's the BZ something something, isn't it? Oh, we also have that. 27 tons as opposed to 25 tons. That's 25k and that's 27k. Sure, let's go for that. Let's get 12 of those, and then concrete mixers. Just buy out the rest of the facility in concrete mixers. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that leaves us with 320,000 rubles. That's not very many rubles at all, actually, now that I mention it, but it's okay. Where is our gravel? Where is our gravel distributing point? We do have a gravel distributing hub. Let's have a little look. It's connected up to this one. And it's got a couple of dumpers. If I have a little look at this hub, I bet you it's empty. Yeah, it's dead empty. You know the reason it's dead empty is because gravel is a notoriously difficult resource to supply. I mean that in the sense of we're supplying it and we're managing, but it's taking a lot of resources and it takes a lot of time for all of the trucks to make their way between the points. I mean, we're asking these trucks to go very, very far afield. For that reason, I'm gonna get another one. Do I necessarily need to auto build this? I probably don't. Let's just let this get constructed. Yeah, because it's just easy stuff. Actually, it's just easy stuff. Concrete, gravel, asphalt. There we go. We can see a couple of these trucks jump into action. Cool. So once that's built, we'll get some more dumpers over there. That's fine. For now, however. For now, we need this to be built, and then we need to have a little look-see. Back over here. It's complicated, but we're getting there. So you are doing load up on everything, unload at the rail construction office, and also that area over there. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're actually just going to straight up say, you with the Maz trucks, draw down from this storage, or draw down from this storage, actually, and then also unload at this storage facility over here. Unload and unload steel, prefab panels, bricks, boards, yada, yada, yada. Let's make sure that everything is limited. Get rid of wood, get rid of uranium oxide. That's fine. Okay. I think that should work. We're almost certainly gonna want to get a few more Maz trucks here, which I don't really like doing, but I should do because otherwise it's gonna take us 4 trips. Because we only have 2 Maz trucks at the moment. I should get more Maz trucks because this is also an important link between this storage facility and this storage facility, i.e. since most storage facility, or since most construction offices draw from this storage facility, we constantly need to refill it from this one. So having more Maz trucks just means that it's a little bit more secure. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Sure. Alright. So we should probably see at least 2 of these trucks get dispatched, and it just means that we're going to be able to fill up with resources just that little bit quicker at the Potatograd site, which is fine. We have got a serious snow issue here. A very, very bad snow issue. But it looks like most of the key roads are actually fine. Yeah. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We're still waiting for concrete. My oh my, we need concrete. There is much concrete that needs to be poured. Pretty much everywhere, actually. Pretty much everywhere. It's all looking fine. Yep, Kolovskaysky is functioning. Kolovskaysky has been a real trooper of a town. Really, really has been. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good throughout. We've got apparently a plentiful amount of food in the Turistovsky shopping center. What about the small shopping center over here? Yeah, we're importing with rubles, so yeah, we should have pretty much unlimited food there. This is the one that imports with dollars, and therefore, it's the one that I'm most worried about. Not this one. This one. Yeah, this is the one that imports with dollars, so I'm most worried about that one. Everything else is... I think everything else is on rubles, actually. Yeah, I think so. I think so. From what I'm able to recall, everything else is on rubles. So as long as we're keeping it on rubles, then that's fine. Our tourists certainly lean much more heavily towards the Soviet direction, which means that we're collecting way more rubles than we are collecting dollars, which is good. Anyway, so we are delivering all of the resources that we could possibly need to the Potatograd construction site over here. We are setting up to build the gravel distribution office to unload at this small aggregate storage. So it's just a case of figuring out what the heck we want to do at Potatograd. Like, what do we want to do? What do we want to do at Potatograd properly? Also, I'm just realizing something here. There is the opportunity to perhaps get like a concrete dispenser here somewhere. I feel like that might not actually be the worst idea in the world, because, you know, we're pretty close to Stalnoy. Stalnoy needs a lot of concrete. If we perhaps got a concrete mixer or a concrete facility over here using this gravel pile, that might speed things up. Alternatively, is it really that big of a deal? Probably not. Probably not. We can still send our trucks, especially given that we've got, you know, an infinite number of trucks. We should be just fine. Right, let's make sure that the concrete dispenser is plumbed into the system. There we go. That's all that we need for this huge construction office. Man, we are scrolling a long way between the two different sides of the map. But that's okay. Right, everything is going to be picked up from here. Mech components, electric components can actually be picked up from Aluminov, because I know that we have storage of mechanical components in Aluminov. Right in there. How much gravel do we have here? Wowzers, we got a lot of gravel in there. That's fine. Concrete, asphalt. We do need to plumb in asphalt, but that can be plumbed into the other one. Workers need to be picked up from the station. Road connection doesn't exist. That is strange, but not a problem. We can connect up a token. We can connect up a token road connection. It's not an issue at all. And asphalt did need to be plumbed into the other huge construction office, which is fine. So whilst I remember that, I will throw this in here. Cool. All right. Well, that's it. All that we really need to do is wait for this facility to get built. I told you this facility would get built almost instantly. I told you, didn't I? I freaking told you. Look at that. We'll use all of the workers that we possibly can. It's, I mean, I swear, I'm gonna, like, look away and it'll be finished. There's probably gonna be, like, one additional crane delivered, perhaps? Yeah, there's a crane waiting here, waiting for delivery. No, you don't want to deliver the crane? Yep, there we go. Now it's happening. So we've got another crane that's being delivered and another crane that's being delivered, and then we probably have what, like one or two busloads of people to come and work at the distribution office, and that'll be us. That will literally be us, which is crazy, actually. 45 workers. I mean, this is just gonna go super fast. 48 workers in total. 700 work days or so. The next time that I look across here, it'll probably be done. All right, what's going on here? Roadside conveyor. It's connected. It's connected. Therefore, it's all good, right? It's all good. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. All right, the brick factory. Yikes. Is the brick factory connected? Ooh, that's a problem. Brick factory is not connected to the bus stop, i.e. we are not making any bricks, or at least we haven't been making bricks for a while now. I think that this can be rectified, actually. Let's build that. Fund it with rubles. Fund that with rubles too. Does that connect things up? I suspect that it actually will. It totally does. 340 meters. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Which I hope means that we can now get some bricks built. We don't need to be building tremendous numbers. We just need to be building some. We still have plenty of prefab panels, and that's pretty darn important. How's the communist headquarters coming along? Good, actually. Good. Yeah, we're just doing the groundworks at the moment. Nothing too strenuous. We will require a large amount of additional concrete, but of course, what's new? What's new, video game? What's new? Right, so back to Potatograd. I keep getting distracted from the main objective here. The main objective is not necessarily a complete transformation of Potatograd, but you know, we've zoned out a couple of buildings here. The shopping center, for example. Also, very importantly, the city hall. The reason that I suggest that this is a very important construction is that we have 313 out of 314 people, and we have a couple of people that are living in the empire that haven't got a home yet, which is a travesty, a big old travesty. Right. Will that reactivate the? Oh yeah, we haven't even built the road yet. Yeah, that kind of figures. That kind of figures. Well, we don't need to bother building the road quite yet because it'll happen when we get the gravel delivery coming. Let's get this in here. Let's build that. Cool. And importantly, what I really want to do, what I really want to do was, or I really wanted to get a good couple of big houses in place. A couple of houses, a couple of brand new prefabricated flats that would make all the difference. Demolish that. I am not convinced that that's going to make any difference to the housing situation. But anyway, destroy a couple of these buildings here. There we go. Destroy a couple of those. I do like how you don't need to remove the people now. I don't know why. I don't know what's changed. But there we are. So, we're going to, you know, out with the old, in with the new. Let's yoink in a couple of extra flats. Diddly do. I felt like I had to make it rhyme there. Right. I mean, that would be great if we could find a connection here. Yeah. Okay, let's work this a little bit. Let's work this a little bit. Right. Destroy this building. Destroy this pathway. I need to be very, very careful about that. There we go. And connect this up. Boom. We are golden. Okay. Steel train clearly just arrived. Clearly just arrived. I wonder if it's worth me just taking out another $2 million loan just to keep the loan sharks at bay. I know it would be pretty expensive, but like, I feel like it might be worth it just so that I don't have to continuously go into debt. Although that being said, we're almost paid off this one. We're working our way down the list. What do we got? Building on fire. It's a bauxite mine. There should be a connection. No fire trucks come to deal with this fire. That is surprising, actually. Wait, what? Which is the one that's on fire? And that's, of course, conveniently out with the range. Oh. Oh, video game. Oh, video game. It had to be the one that was, like, in the most irritating place, didn't it? It had to be. Okay, here's what I think we do. Let's take out another ruble loan. 6.5% is a fine rate of interest. I'll happily settle for that. Then what we need to do is we basically want to upgrade all of these roads to asphalt as soon as possible. If we do this, then that's going to extend the range, I believe. I hope that that's the case anyway, because the roads are going to be slightly better. There we go. Let's try that. See if that makes any difference. We might even be able to see the range happen. See range increase happen? No. Okay, all right. That had pretty much no impact. Asphalt road all the way down here. I'm banking on this one fire station doing the saving here. Is that going to make any difference? Any difference? It's not making a single bit of difference, is it? Oh, boy. I really don't want to rebuild this. The reason that I really don't want to rebuild this... I'll tell you. It's because I have to rebuild the conveyors as well. And rebuilding conveyors, and rebuilding specifically in a very, very heavily conveyored area, is risky business. It really, really is. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to auto-build a fire station, which promised me that there would be a road there. But no. And we're also going to build a residential facility right next door. There is a road on that one. That's cool. Let's get this done. Let's get this done as quickly as we possibly can. Thankfully, there's already an asphalt road right up to the thing that's on fire. And then what we're gonna do, let's import people. Tell them to get to work at the fire station. There we go. Building temperature's too low. Who cares about the building temperature? Actually, that might be a problem. Work at the facility. Go, 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 go. There we go. We got firefighters. These people are sacrificing themselves. You know, don't get me wrong. There is like a 0% chance that they're going to come out of this one alive. The good news is that we can now feel free to relocate them. I mean, relocate them into town? Oh, most of the buildings are full. I mean, this is not great, but it's obviously pretty good on some level, because it does mean that, again, on some level, there is, I guess, you know, a willingness to stay here, a willingness to live here. And by here, I mean the general Potatograd Empire. Right, none of these flats are available. None of these flats are looking for peeps to live in them. What's going on here? Oh no, it's a travesty. We've got some stuck fire engines again. You remember that happened like 4 episodes ago? I say 4 episodes ago. It was a few more than that. Should we just send you from one disaster zone to another? Sure. The people who stepped up. Oh wait, no. I was moving educated people the whole darn time. Anyway, congratulations, you're now in Krudnovsky. Enjoy your short lives. Enjoy your short lives. I'm sure you'll have a grand old time. It was fate. It was fate that told me to put you in Krudnovsky. Anyway, right, so we should be working on a good couple of bits of roads. Again, nothing is really going to be able to get done until... Hold up, has it been completed? It probably has. It's probably been done for like 20 minutes now. until the medium distribution office is completely up and running. At that point, we want to see 27 tons, 25 tons. Yeah, we need to get as many of these trucks as we possibly can. And then we need to say, hey, the pickup point is here. I think this is it. This is gravel. Yep, just double checking because I've made that mistake where I accidentally picked up a whole bunch of quarried stone. And then we need to distribute gravel around basically everywhere. Let's start with... We'll start with the Potatograd. We'll start with the Potatograd spots. This is aggregate unloading. Yep. Here we go. Load gravel. Unload there. Buildings without power supply. It's gonna take a little while, but that's fine. Okay, so if we get that set up, I suspect that probably all the trucks are actually going to be mobilized in the delivery of resources over here. That's what I suspect anyway. And after we're done this, I suspect that we should probably just get like some roads upgraded over here. Yeah, we can do road upgrades like super easily. Do not auto builds. There we go. Get that upgraded. After all the trucks have gone from here, we'll get that upgraded too. Sure. Get one bit at a time upgraded. There's no real reason that we shouldn't. All the trucks can mobilize. Right. How are we doing over yonder? Not bad. Not bad at all. We're after a little bit of additional asphalt over here. That's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end. Train station has been successfully constructed. Wonderful to see. I'm interested to see what's going to happen when the airplane production line starts construction. That's what I'm really looking forward to seeing. Right. Dollars, we are very overdue on a whole bunch of payments. Very overdue. You know what? Give me a $2 million loan. Give me a $2 million loan, and let's just not worry about going overdue. Let's just not concern ourselves with that. Let's let all of the backdated payments, you know, get paid off. I really don't want to end up, like, in significant debt. Like, this is not the mission here. The mission is to win. The mission is to win the game. In as much as you can win this game, which is, of course, not in a huge way. Right, you need to head back to your facility, but of course you're not going to be able to go back to your facility because the road is still being excavated. Of course, that's going to take a while to be fixed, but it'll happen much sooner than I anticipate. I mean, look, we're already 50% of the way through both of these road upgrades. It's a good little thing to do. Wait, what? We still have Maz trucks here? Okay, all right. Well, that's fine. We can add some additional destinations for this gravel distributing office to deal with. But, I mean, it doesn't really seem like it's a priority at the moment, especially if we've got trucks sitting in the old gravel distribution office. We can probably afford to chill out a little bit. There we go, and that fixes the pathing issues. Brilliant. Brilliant. This is all going swimmingly. How are the debts looking? Debts are looking a little high, but it's okay. It's probably some downtime in Krudenovsky. I mean, I don't blame the people in Krudenovsky for taking a little bit of time off work. I mean, they have a pretty grim existence, so I guess it's kind of to be expected that they take it easy from time to time. Anyway, do we need any bulldozers or anything like that? No. I'm just kind of looking. How long is it going to take? 40 tons of coal is being delivered. How long is it going to take for my gravel delivery? I wonder if I just kickstart the process and just auto buy. Man, it's going to be so expensive. How much is it? Oh boy, look at that. Price for resources 525. Total with delivery 2,100. I cannot justify that. I cannot justify that. Not in a million years am I going to pay that much for freaking gravel delivery. Are you kidding me? That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. But I suppose somebody's got to make a profit somewhere along the way. I guess that's how the world works. Even in my glorious Soviet Republic. Even in my glorious Soviet Republic. Oh, yes. I was going to address. There was a comment. There was a comment about uranium exports, or used uranium exports, right? So you can transport, I think it's done on, is it done on closed hull? I can't remember. I think it might be done on open hull, actually. Anyway, it's not uranium oxide, but you can transport uranium waste. You can transport uranium waste to the border. It doesn't show up at the small customs house here, but it does show up in the economy and trade panel. So if I have a little look at current prices, you can see that nuclear fuel is selling for 161, blah, 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 buying for 176, blah, blah, blah. Nuclear waste is negative. And that is because it costs money to export nuclear waste. However, that being said, I don't think that it is possible, at least as far as I'm aware, to import nuclear waste and store it. If I could, then I absolutely would. But I don't think that there is a way to do it. The way that nuclear waste and nuclear fuel works, actually, is that it kind of works like a car. You take the car to the border and the car is sold, and that's sort of it. But I'm not seeing it here, and I don't think that there is an option. I don't think there is an option, for example, if I was to click on a Maz truck. I don't think there's a way that I can tell it to buy nuclear fuel at the border. I would love it if that would be possible, because that would be brilliant. I could shadily keep, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tons of nuclear waste in my republic. Maybe I could keep it in the Great Canal, the great fake canal that is still yet to be built. Oh yes, actually, I was gonna do a test. Let me buy some of these bulldozers, some of the best bulldozers. Okay, and then the test was level terrain from center. Yeah, the bats go a little bit faster. Oh, look at that. You can actually see again. The bats go a little bit faster, but it's not much faster. I think I'm gonna need to get a mod. I think I'm gonna need to get a mod in order to speed up my terrain modification, because boy oh boy oh boy, it's taken a while. I mean, we could do the bulk of the changes with excavators, although even that has its drawbacks. The drawbacks is that you can only go down. You can't make a level plane, and also it still takes an absolute age, and therefore probably not really worth my time investigating this. Alternatively, I could just go into terrain modification. I could just open the cheat menu and just terrain modify. I feel like that's also not a bad idea, given the sheer amount of building work that needs to be done. It's probably justified. I don't know. What do you think, folks? Let me know in the comments. I think I'm gonna try getting the bulldozer. I'm gonna try getting the nuclear bulldozer. If the nuclear bulldozer is not fast enough or whatever, I'm just gonna go into terrain modification. I'll just paint in a canal, which is a little bit cheaty, and I kind of don't want to do it, but like, look at the distance. Look at the distance that the route of the Great Canal will actually go. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Absolutely massive. And it's going to take a while. Also, you'll note, by the way, my financial troubles have just disappeared. We are completely fine. We are completely fine on the financial front. Nothing is dicey. Nothing is bad. Everything is good. We got a couple of loans being repaid. We don't have a single loan that has a higher rate of interest than 6.5%, at least for rubles. For dollars, it's a slightly different story, but I think you natively get a slightly higher rate of interest anyway on dollar loans. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think that there are any concerns that I have just in general. Temperature of the building is too low. I mean, that's a bit of a concern. Now that you mention a video game, that's a bit of a concern. That is a bit of a concern. Yeah, actually, that is a bit of a concern. Is it worth me perhaps zoning another another heating area? I think it might be, you know? Another heat exchanger? Yeah. And the reason that I'm so confident in doing this is, well, first of all, because I know the life hack of just building along roads, which is just incredible. The fact that this is allowed is insane, but I love it. Let's see if we can try and go around this corner here. Wow, we can as well. Look at that. We're double stacking pipes here. There we go. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing, but like too long. Really? Okay, you know what? We can actually fix this. Let me take this back. Let me take this off. Yep. And let me see. Is this... Oh, it's totally possible. Brilliant. Okay. So that means all we need to do down there. Let's fund all of that. No, we don't fund all of that. I want to fund this bit so that we can continue to allow this area to get power. And then we will just hopefully manage to build the heat exchanger and all of the required components with all of my local construction trucks, which is great because they're not really doing anything at the moment because we haven't started work on the airline construction area, and for the life of me I just cannot figure out why. It's because we need steel components and electronic components. Is that it? Is that what we're after? Is the real crux of the matter the fact that we don't have any covered hull trucks? It could very well be. I tell you that. It could very well be. Do we have covered hull trucks here? No. We probably have, like, what, 1 or 2 covered hull trucks? We have 2 covered hull trucks. So that's the problem. That's the problem, really. Where are you going? You're going to... You're going to this road over here, and you've decided to take the long way around? Okay. You've decided to take the tunnel? That is highly suspect, I suppose. Is there an access issue? Oh, it might be quicker. I tell you what, it's probably quicker because of the snow, right? Like, it's probably the snow that's just continuing to slow everything down. Therefore, the equation is it's just quicker to drive through the tunnel, which probably is guaranteed not to get snow. I would imagine that that's the case anyway. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a brand new vehicle that's available. This is a brand new, very important vehicle. I'll tell you that for free. Very important vehicle right here. Not that one. This one. Yes, the Super KZH. It's extended. It carries a ridiculous... Wait, hold on. Is this a default in-game builder now? Oh, I didn't realize that they added a brand new rail builder. Okay, well, this Super KZH is probably slightly better still because it's got additional storage capacity. But, I mean, I'm going to buy it, but I sincerely think that it might be worth me checking out the other one. Also, is the building temperature really affecting anything here? I know that it's too low, and that sucks and all, but, like... I hope people aren't getting too sick. Okay, we should sell this mechanism. We're never going to use it again. We should sell this mechanism too. Yeah, just let the Super KZH, let it go. Let it go. There we go. Loads and loads of prefab panels. We're probably going to need refills on everything. Let's also stop buying steel. We don't need to buy steel. There we go. We'll just wait for the steel deliveries. I hope that steel deliveries will resume at some point, but it is this facility right here that is doing the majority of the transport. That is doing the majority of the transport between here and here. Also, we're out of steel in this facility now. Not good. The reason being is that all of these Maz trucks are gallivanting off to another area. Kind of sucks, but it's fine. Anyway, how fast are we able to lay track here? Oh, goodness gracious me, there's a lot of track to be laid. But there's a lot of progress to be made here too, actually. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious to see how this works. I've used it before. I think we used the super track layer on the epic bridge last time. The kindergarten in Krudenovsky's on fire. Have I had the foresight to connect this place up? I have. Wait, what? Oh, the fire's already been extinguished. Well, that is incredibly lame. I didn't even get to make any jokes about how Krudenovsky is so disaster prone. I guess that counts as my comment on the matter. Right, let's wait for the arrival. This is double time speed. It's a little bit of a slow train here, but I think it builds quite fast, if I can recall anyway. Yeah, it's not great. Also, I feel like this is quite a short run of track. Can it not do more? I mean, it's building at a fair speed. It's just taking a while. Does it have enough juice to go the whole way? I hope it does. It's really slowed down. I suspect that's probably because we've run out of people at the other end. Yep. That's exactly why. Alright, well, I kind of want to do a little bit of a speed test, or a little bit of an endurance test, so to speak, between this modded train and the I say super late game, the late game train that we just discovered existed. But I don't really want to do that. Also, new vehicle type available. I'm assuming that this is probably organic garbage. Certainly not better than that modded train that I just bought. We can check though. Yeah, it's trash. It's trash. It's trash. It's this one, the EDK 300 or the Super KZH. That's what we're all about. All right, we got plenty of gravel here. Let's also set this up as like an unload point as well. There we go. Cool. Alright, set this up as an unload point because I know how much gravel this thing requires. So therefore, if we're able to draw from a much larger workforce of dumpers, we'll probably be okay. He says, famous last words, etc. What are we waiting for here? We're waiting for steel? Is this whole process janked up by the fact that this... Hold on. Delete that. Collect your steel from here. There we go. Does that work? Probably works a bit better. Probably works a little bit better because then we'll be able to draw steel from here and we're able to move it directly over to where it needs to be. Now, of course, this wouldn't be a problem if we still had some of these Maz trucks. Some of these Maz trucks just chilling over here, but they're not here. They're all gallivanting around. Where are you? Oh, you're actually on your second journey. Okay, right. You're on your second journey to the Potatograd Depot. Same with you. You're also on your second journey to the Potatograd Depot. I mean, can't really do much about that, can you? Can't really do much about that at all. This is the export office. This is also another export office. We have a lot of Maz trucks just lying around. I feel like maybe it's worth me reallocating them to a couple of different places. But the good news is that we've got a full load of everything apart from gravel, which... Is this the gravel... No, this isn't the gravel brigade. This is the gravel brigade. It's happening. It's finally here. They have trekked for probably far too many miles to make it economical, but they're gonna get here, and they're gonna... I don't know, they're gonna load up... They're gonna load up the small aggregate storage. It's gonna take them about 20 years because there's not a peep of power around here. I tell you what, in preparation for these trucks arriving, why don't I stick down a little substation celebration, if you'd like. There we go. The whole thing is gonna cost me I don't know, 3,000 rubles tops. Something like that. Let's get it. Let's power up the entire area. What's the dealio with... Oh, I see what the dealio is. There we go. That's the dealio. The Potatograd Technical Services have been lazy. Which is not okay. So let's try and clear the road. At least a little bit. Like you'd think, if they've got done with their core area, maybe they'd go a little bit further afield. Maybe there's maybe they could, you know, they could extend their range a little bit. Maybe they could extend their range a little bit and go a little bit further afield to try and help society a little bit more by cleaning a little bit more snow off the roads, or alternatively not. That's cool too, I guess. The Chav 11M3. No, I'm not particularly interested in that. No siree. I'm just interested in gravel, and I'm interested to see what happens here because I hope everything is gonna just sort of jump into action. It's gonna leap into action. The gravel has been dispatched, and indeed, here it comes. Brilliant. That's good. Oh, look. We actually managed to play all the way through winter. How are deaths? Oh, deaths are high. Ooh, deaths are high. Yikes. Wasn't really paying attention to that. Wasn't really paying attention to that. I'm gonna assume that everything's fine and... Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened here? How was this possible? I think I know. Did we run out of coal? We ran out of coal. Oh, Kolovsky, I complimented you. I told you everything was good. And then you stab me in the back like this, and all of your residents die. Oh, how the turntables. Oh, how the turntables. I mean, what more is there to say about this? What more is there to say about this? Why did this happen? I thought that we had enough. I thought that we had enough people. I thought that we had enough of everything to make this whole area work. A couple of people are without power. Obviously, that's going to be fixed pretty soon. I'm not taking any chances here, folks. This is serious. Like, this is very, very serious. The people of Kolovsky have been given their last warning. I pretend like it's the same people, but no, it's... We've gone through, like, what, 3 loads of people now? 4 loads of people? Whatever the case, it's not good. It's not good, and it's not good at all. Let's get people loaded up. Let's get people into the power station. Yes, please. Let's go. We're still, obviously, completely out of coal. Is this caused by the snow? I've got to imagine that this is in part caused by the snow. Are we just not producing enough coal to make this area viable? Okay. Let's up the number of people that we have working in the coal power plants. And hope that that makes a difference. I've got to assume that it was the coal shortage that really sort of screwed the pooch on this one. What's the cost of importing coal ore? Oh my gosh, it's so high. We're not even that far from the border here. 2,500 rubles? Man, that's obscene. That is obscene. Okay, anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is I'm getting more people. I don't care that it's going to push me back up to 16 mil of ruble debt. A 6.6 rate of interest is just fine, actually. It's just fine for me. Can we maybe pay off a couple of our loans first? Yeah, give me a couple of these 10. Give me a couple of these 100,000 loans to pay off. It doesn't push me down to 6.5. All right, fine. It's okay. Invite immigrants. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I don't love doing this, but I actually feel like I've never been in a more solid financial situation, to be honest. There we go. Okay. Do we have the capacity on our buses? No workers. We should absolutely categorically have workers here. Come on. Power. Power, power, power. Okay, we have 4 people working at the coal mine. Unexpectedly, and by unexpectedly I mean in a very expected fashion, nobody wants to work at the coal mine. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy coal ore. I gotta buy coal ore. I gotta automate coal ore. This is a travesty. Okay, that's gonna push my rubles into slightly dodgy territory, but it's okay. That's fine. I'm thinking here. So, like, we're dropping people off here, right? And there's still people on the bus. Let me view this line. After bus stop 4, then you head to bus stop 3. Between bus stop 3 and bus stop 4, head here. No, not get in. I want to load. I want to unload, but don't take anyone. Right? So that means that we're now going to drop off the dregs. Drop off the dregs that don't want to work in the industrial estates. We'll drop them off. We'll drop them off somewhere else. Now, the fact that we're importing coal ore is probably a good insurance policy. Just in general, it's probably a good insurance policy. For sure. But, like, we need to fix this. This is not good. This is not good. I thought that we had the people to make this possible, to make this work. I'm no longer convinced. I'm no longer convinced. Oh, hold up. There we go. That's sorted. Okay. Hundreds and hundreds of people are going to flood into the bus stop because I've now unlocked their access, which is great. Alright, there is a queue of buses, but that's actually fine. It's actually completely fine. What I really care about is seeing the number of workers in the coal mine increase. Which is a horrible, horrible thing to say, but I do care about it quite a lot. I also worry, perhaps. Let's decrease that. Number of sellers can be at like 5. There is no reason for that to be a large number. Same with the number of staff over here. Do we have a cinema? Oh, we don't have a cinema. We don't have a cinema in town, so we're gonna have to keep that cinema open. Hospital, let's crank that down as well. We don't need much stuff in the hospital. Where else can be accessed with this? Crank this down. We keep brick production at 20 people. 20 people seems reasonable. People should head to the coal mines. There we go. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Is that gonna be enough coal? It's not enough coal. It's still not enough coal. Push it. Push the number of workers. 170 tons of coal. And we're still not getting enough. The good news is that, you know, however much coal we produce, it's still going to be worked into the total picture here. It's just not exactly ideal because I don't like spending all the money. Buildings without power. Is that because we have somehow run out of capacity? Not really. It's that our building is out of power. How on earth are there so many buses? How on earth are there so many buses of people that are being bussed to the center of town that are just refusing to work at the coal power plant? Am I missing something here? I really feel like I'm going insane, actually. Right. This needs to be rerouted as well. Actually, it's fine. Is it just the delays that are the problem? Is that really it? I don't think that the passenger car service is making much of a difference, truth be told. But it might be. I have no idea. I have no idea why on earth we're not delivering people consistently here. The building is without power supply. There are people complaining that they don't have jobs. I mean, I know that I threw a lot of them into the coal mine, but I mean, can you blame me? It was necessary. Oh, hold on. Is this one of these cases where we're just like throwing loads of people into the construction sites. No, that's been paused. That's been paused. Thankfully, the fire was extinguished. So there's barely any people in, like, the facilities around here. Like, there's just nothing. There's just nothing. Have I really doofed something up here? I don't know. Wait, Kolov's... Wait, hold on. Did I mess up the order here? This is bus stop number 3. Ah, yes, I have messed up the order. I have messed up the order here. This is the problem. Because I order everyone to get out. It should be after bus stop number 3 that you drop the dregs off. There we go. And this is just unload. My bad. Okay, that is good to know. I'm actually relieved. Relieved is perhaps an understatement, because I'm super glad that I've messed something up and it's not the game. Thank flippin' goodness. Okay, so you know there are a couple of places without power. I don't think that lack of power is widespread, because we still have the hydropower. We still have the hydropower plants that are outputting a significant amount of power. Even at this tumultuous time, they are maxed out, absolutely rammed. Looks like they're sustaining it though. Looks like they're sustaining it as best that they possibly can, which is pretty good. But we're gonna have this coal power plant back up and running very, very shortly indeed. And dare I suggest that we will still continue to output as much fresh coal. Fresh coal, a little bit of an oxymoron there. But yeah, we basically need more people. We basically need more people in the mines to work. That's the reality. It's a priority, dare I suggest. It's important. I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm gonna have to think about how we do this, but at least we're not ending this episode in a burning on a burning heat exchanger thing like we did a couple of episodes ago. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. 73 people are still living with their parents that are over the age of 21. We need to fix that next time. But for now, and for me, thank you ever so much for watching. Thanks very much to the support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/potato. Thanks to Banana, C-Senpai, and Aurelio for being the $325 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.